Hello, everybody. I'm
Hi.
Dr. Jonathan Nadal here with Dr. Ludenia here at Nature Cures Clinic in Portland, Oregon. And we have an exciting episode today. I wanted to just have the chance to actually introduce you guys to Dr. Ludenia and all the special things that she's doing here. Take the floor, Dr. Ludenia. What do you do here at Nature Cures Clinic?
Yeah, okay. Well, it's nice to meet everyone. I'm a naturopathic doctor and I'm also an occupational therapist. I completed my medical training at the National University of Natural Medicine here in Portland, Oregon. And then after I graduated, I just loved it here, loved the community, the people. And so I decided to stay and I've been here ever since.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I decided to stick around too. I mean, after school, you build such a community and just like-minded doctors, and
Yeah.
it's a fun city to be in, and it's really good to practice this medicine here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And where are you from originally?
I was born and raised in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep, on a little dairy farm.
Nice.
Out in the
Nice.
country, yeah.
So pretty different out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. A
Great.
little different landscape.
Yeah. Now, did you always imagine about being a doctor? Did you always kind of think about doing that as a kid? Or?
You know, I did. As a little kid, I remember wanting to be a pediatrician. Yep. And I remember talking to my grandpa about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it was kind of a calling even in your youth. Yeah.
Yeah. It morphed and shifted a little bit into who I see now. But yeah, I knew I always kind of wanted to be in the medical field.
Awesome. Okay. So, and that being said, why this type of medicine? It's not every day. I mean, even naturopathic medicine or even occupational therapy, which is awesome and I think goes well with what you do. Like, yeah, why this type of medicine?
Yeah, that's a great question. It took me a while to get into it because honestly, I didn't even know this type of medicine existed. And I think if I had, maybe my medical career would have been a little different. But I started off in occupational therapy. And what I loved about that was we looked at the whole person, like how are people doing the things they need to do every day? So how are they taking care of themselves, right? And that in working with clients, with their families, now I primarily worked in long-term care facilities and rehabilitation centers and home health. And so a lot of my clientele was older. And so I'm working with them and their families. I started to kind of see reoccurring themes of like people weren't fully getting better, and they were healing some, but not completely. And I just kept feeling like, gosh, there's more that we can be doing. Like there has to be something, something's, not completely like complete here, I guess. And then also like the reoccurring, like there's nothing else we can do. We've done everything. You just have to live with it. This is how it is. Your quality of life is going to continue to go down and that's that. And it just never sat right with me. And so I took a pain management course and a part of that was briefly learning about some different acupuncture points and kind of how that helps with pain.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, interesting, maybe. And then I started trying it with clients and I was like, oh, this stuff is like really impactful, right? And then I started doing all my research and I was like, what is acupuncture? How does this work? And then eventually I just found naturopathic medicine and I was like, is this real?
Yeah.
Does this exist?
I had the same impression. Yeah. Like, wait, really?
Yeah. And I'm like, this is how I, live my life. And it's like close to my philosophy. And then people actually practice medicine this way. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And
now look at us now.
Yeah.
Right? It's a fun journey. And then, so what would you, this is kind of a fun question. So, what would you be most surprised about, like what people think we do? Because I mean, word on the street, it's already spread quite a bit, especially in Portland, California, like a lot of states, naturopathic medicine, it's a thing.
Mhm.
But I mean, what do you think people are most surprised about when they hear about what you do and what we do here, as
Mhm.
opposed to like the common working knowledge of what naturopathic medicine would be, you know?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of people, if not in this geographic location, elsewhere though, haven't heard of it.
It's true.
Like myself, I had no clue.
Hmm.
And hearing the word is kind of like, yeah, I don't know what that means. I think
Hmm.
most commonly people think herbs, like, oh, you use plants or
Yeah, or homeopathy. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, those would be the two.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and I mean, at the end of it, we love those modalities, and
Mhm.
that's great. That's part of most of our care plans. But and there's so much else that we do, right? We learn about physical medicine, nutrition, lifestyle, and then there's the whole kind of bridge to like Western allopathic medicine that we have our own approaches to, right?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, even in our own clinic, like some of the stuff that we work with, right? Like different types of IVs, different machines, HBOTs, laser guided treatments, kind of where the ancient kind of all these older medicines are meeting modern Western medicine. We're trying to create a bridge there. So that's what we excitedly do. So definitely above and beyond what many would think just conventional naturopathic medicine is, right?
Mhm.
But with that, going back to you, Dr. Ludenia, what can you tell us a little bit about some of the treatment styles or modalities that you're passionate about that you enjoy doing?
Yeah. I use a lot of different kind of body work, energy work, um, types of modalities
Hmm.
in my practice and here.
Hmm.
Um, One of the big ones being craniosacral therapy. And for those of you who haven't heard of that or are curious about it, it's a really gentle form of body work, and it's kind of focused on the rhythms of the cerebral spinal fluid in the body. Yeah, and it supports different areas of the brain, the head and neck, the spine, the internal organs. I mean, it spreads systemically.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
Great. That
Mhm.
sounds amazing. I've had it done before and it's phenomenal. Very deep relaxation.
Mhm.
It's different than sleep, similar but different than acupuncture. It's fascinating. It's interesting.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
puts you in a little bit of what meditation feels like sometimes to some
Yeah.
people because it's just very soothing to the sympathetic or the nervous system. So
Definitely.
it helps get you out of the parasympathetic or the sympathetic and put you into the
Parasympathetic. Yes.
parasympathetic.
And we could all use a lot more of that with the
Yes.
stable. Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Anything else? Right? I mean,
Yeah, I do different forms of abdominal massage. And here in the populations that we work with, constipation especially is a
mhm.
big
Yeah, it comes up a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So different abdominal massages, different body work for pain.
Hmm.
Um, I'm also Bredesen protocol trained, so I see a lot of uh, clients who are experiencing, varying degrees of cognitive changes and or just wanting to be proactive and try to prevent that as they get older. So.
That's awesome. And I mean, as we've discussed, there's so many elements of that protocol that just ring true for what we do here, from
Yeah.
all the different more advanced functional labs that we run with patients, all the dietary considerations, lifestyles. It's like, I mean, it's brilliantly put together, and I love that it's so similar to what we do already, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then adding on um, the extra components that we do here, like the
Hmm.
helmets
That's
that you
right.
introduced me
That's right. The
to.
Weber helmet. Yeah.
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 With the light therapies and
Yes. There's so much. Yeah.
lasers. Yeah.
And somewhere out there, I mean, there's definitely some videos on some of these things. So dig around and find them, because it's fun stuff and it's good information. Okay, well, that's amazing. Thank you for all of that. I mean, it's really nice just to kind of introduce you out to some of the people and patients that are watching this. Yeah, how can people find you? I mean, you're here, but
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah.
Nature Cures Clinic.
Yeah. And so, we think about even just some of the new things that we're bringing into the clinic. Like today, there was this, it's called the All-Core device, for instance, right? And it's phenomenal. It's one of the best machines out there right now in helping to rebuild and strengthen all this core musculature. So whether you're trying to just kind of chisel a little bit more in the midsection, or even just help with core stability. I mean, even a lot of our patients with low back pain and things like this, and balance issues, they are going to be doing this. It's just part of it. So look out for more information on that. I think there's links through Calendly, or you could even call the front desk to find out more information. It's only 10 minutes, a couple times a week. All right. You just sit in and you're strapped in. We're going to have a bunch of videos that'll show some of the docs doing it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because we like to have fun like that. But so there's that. And of course, there's all the other usual suspects, all the different things we're doing with IVs. And there's always new and up and coming devices and programs that we're putting together. So stay tuned. All right. As she mentioned, when it comes to brain health, longevity, and overall wellness, and just improving quality of life and thriving, we like to say that, I mean, we excel at that, and that is what we are passionate about. So for you, for your caregiver or a loved one, just keep us in mind and give us a call. We're always ready to do a consultation and chat with anybody and everybody. All right. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Dr. Nadal.
I'm Dr. Ludenia.
Yeah. Till next time.